Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 entitled Exploring University Curriculum Changes. In this conversation, we will dive into the evolving landscape of university curricula changes and discuss their implications. Let's join us as we share insights, perspectives, and explore the examples that highlight the critical viewpoints and forward-looking outlook. Good evening, Professor Nazri. Thank you for joining me today to discuss the trends in university curriculum changes. Based on our observations, there are several interesting developments. One notable trend is the focus on future-proofing students for the jobs of the 21st century. Could you shed some light on why universities are adopting this approach?
Yes, I think the focus on future-proofing students stems from the recognition that the job market is rapidly evolving. Universities need to understand the importance of equipping students with the knowledge and skills that will be high demand in the coming years. So some foresight is necessary, some heavier engagements with the industry is definitely necessary to understand the importance of equipping students with such knowledge and skills that will be relevant for the industry. So for example, Stanford University has introduced a new master's program in climate policy, addressing the pressing need for professionals with expertise in environmental sustainability, right? So the headline is sustainability. So this reflects the university's proactive response to the challenges posed by climate change and the demand for sustainable practices across various industries, very scalable indeed. By incorporating such programs, universities are positioning students to make a meaningful impact in the areas of critical importance. Additionally, universities like Harvard and Oxford are pioneering programs in AI for social justice and the arts. In these initiatives, the universities are giving recognition of AI's potential and their commitment to exploring its ethical dimensions and creative applications. So there have always been criticisms about how AI does not cut across the ethical or even creative applications as well as it should. So universities like Oxford actually and Harvard are exploring this deeper into the non-technical side of things, right? So by integrating AI into traditionally non-technical domains, universities are encouraging students to think innovatively, right? To think innovatively and anticipate how emerging technologies will shape diverse fields. So there are definitely naysayers and critics who are apprehensive about AI's role or about emerging technologies like AI to be able to shape or augment these fields. Yeah. So the forward-looking approach adopted by these universities prepares students for the digital era, then and fosters a multidisciplinary mindset that will enable them to thrive in an interconnected world. So I find that these are very, very progressive measures that studies deeply into the effects of emerging technologies like AI to help augment and improve such traditional fields of study. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. That makes a lot of sense. Another trend we've noticed is the emphasis on diversity and inclusion. Harvard University, for instance, has announced a course requirement on race and ethnicity for all undergraduate students. Why do you think universities are placing greater importance on these aspects in their curricula? Over to you, Prof.
Yeah, I think universities have begun to understand that promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion is crucial for creating a more inclusive society. By incorporating courses on race and ethnicity, right, they are fostering a deeper understanding among students about the historical and societal impacts of these factors. Now, this helps develop empathy, cultural sensitivity, and a broader perspective, which are essential qualities in our increasingly diverse world. Now, moreover, universities like the University of Cambridge and the University of Sydney are implementing financial and aid policies aimed at making education more accessible. These initiatives aim to address socio-economic disparities and ensure that students from all backgrounds have equal opportunities to pursue higher education. Now, think about it, yeah. By increasing inclusivity, universities are not only leveling the playing field, but also nurturing and helping to shape a more diverse student body that brings universe or rather unique perspectives and experiences into classrooms that will then prepare them for the industries. This enriches the learning environment and certainly prepares students to navigate a globalized society where cultural competence and collaboration are highly valued.
Thank you, Professor. Lastly, the rise of interdisciplinary education is another trend that we have observed. Universities like University of Oxford are launching programs that combine artificial intelligence and the arts. What are your thoughts on universities embracing interdisciplinary approaches in their curricula?
Interdisciplinary education is an exciting and necessary development. It allows students to explore connections between different disciplines and encourages collaboration and innovation. That's the first point. Now, the secondly is that programs that merge fields like AI and the arts, for example, to help students develop a unique blend of skills, enable them to think creatively and solve complex problems. By breaking down traditional academic silos, universities are preparing students to tackle the multidimensional challenges of the future. For example, the Technical University of Munich's program in data science for business exemplifies the growing importance of interdisciplinary skills. So you can see that as businesses increasingly rely on data-driven decision-making, graduates who can bridge the gap between data analytics and the business acumen will be in high demand because it relates to a data-driven problem-solving processes, right? So this program, I find, is a good one that equips students with a good understanding of data science principles while fostering business acumen, creating that valuable skill set that value adds to the employer by integrating analytical thinking skills with real-world applications. Now, looking ahead, the University of Sydney, for example, its new curriculum with a focus on AI, data science, and sustainability serves as a prime example of universities taking a proactive approach to equip students with the necessary skills for the future. By embracing emerging fields and promoting interdisciplinary learning, universities are empowering students to navigate the complexities of an ever-changing world, encourage adaptability, and fostering a spirit of continuous learning. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your insights, Professor Nazri. The trends you highlighted, along with the critical viewpoints and forward looking outlook, demonstrate how universities are adapting to meet the evolving needs of students and the world. By future proofing, fostering diversity and inclusion, and encouraging interdisciplinary approaches, universities are equipping students with the skills and mindset necessary for the challenges and opportunities ahead.
You're most welcome. These curriculum changes certainly reflect the university's commitment to providing a relevant and holistic education to prepare students to thrive in a dynamic world. It is therefore encouraging for me to see universities are embracing the need for future-proofing, diversity, and interdisciplinary approaches. However, it is important to remain critical and consider potential challenges. One critical perspective is the rapid pace of technological advancements and its impact on curriculum relevance. This impacts all universities across faculties. While universities are incorporating emerging fields like AI and data science, there is a need to ensure that the curriculum remains adaptable to evolving technologies. In fact, it's the biggest headache faced by many faculties from various universities, is catching up to the rapid pace of technological advancements and developments on a day-by-day basis. It is crucial for universities, may I remind, to foster a culture of continuous learning and provide students with the tools to keep up with the changing landscape of knowledge and skills. Do not be rigid, do not be inflexible, okay, but you must adapt and always put your ears on the ground, okay, to hear what industries are doing and keep your curriculum flexible in order to adjust to the rapid changing needs of the industries and consumers, for example. So another viewpoint to consider is the need for effective implementation and integration of these curriculum changes. So how do you do that? Simply by adding new courses or programs is not sufficient, it's not practical, it's not pragmatic at all. Universities must ensure that faculty members are equipped with the necessary training and resources to effectively teach these subjects. Additionally, collaboration between different departments and disciplines becomes very, very essential for successful interdisciplinary programs. Lessen the bureaucratic, focus more on collaboration as it requires breaking down silos and encouraging open communication and cooperation. Looking ahead, it is important for universities to continue monitoring industry trends and engage with stakeholders to identify what are these emerging needs and ensure curriculum relevance. Right? Collaboration within and across industry partners can provide valuable insights into the skills, competencies required in the job market, helping universities to align their offerings accordingly. Additionally, ongoing assessment and feedback mechanisms should be in place to measure the impact of curriculum changes, what you call the impact of learning or the ROI of learning, right? And making sure necessary adjustments are there to adjust and optimize student learning outcomes. I think as a final word, I would like to say that the trends in university curriculum changes certainly reflect a proactive response to the evolving needs of students and society. The question here is, are we fast enough? Are we adaptable enough? Are we dynamic enough to adapt to these changes? So the topic of future proofing, right, helps to foster diversity and inclusion, embrace interdisciplinary approaches, and allowing universities to prepare students for a dynamic and interconnected world. However, it is crucial to evaluate the implementation and relevance of these changes while remaining adaptable and responsive to the ever-changing demands of the future. In this way, universities can certainly continue to play a pivotal role in shaping the generation of well-rounded and forward-thinking individuals. Thank you.